In China, the art of acrobatics is a time-honored tradition. Children as young as 5 can attend elite acrobatic schools where they dream of being plucked from obscurity and thrust into the dazzling world of professional stardom. Get up! Hurry up! For this group of young acrobats, this is the reality of those dreams. Wake up! Wake up! Hurry up! Their reluctance is understandable. Outside, it's minus 10 degrees Celsius. It's the same next door in the girls' dorm. These young acrobats have traveled far to join a pioneering show that will push them to the limit and bring unexpected dangers. It's the only troupe in China that performs its shows on ice. "19-year-old PhimTaiLieu is living his dreams. He's a team leader in the Heilongjiang Ice Acrobatic Troupe. His group must master new skills for a groundbreaking ice acrobatic show. But time is running out. In just 4 weeks, they're heading away on tour to perform in Taiwan. And then, hopefully, the world. 18-year-old Zhao Chunmei has been skating since the troupe was formed 20 months ago.
The first time I stepped onto the ice, I was very afraid. But with the teacher's guidance, I was able to learn to skate. Now my ability is pretty much the same as the others.
This new life is a far cry from PhimTaiLieu's childhood on his parents' farm.
My family knew I liked acrobatics, so I went to the acrobatic school. This was a way to give me a better future. If I didn't study well, I would have had no choice but to go back to a part-time job.
Now these young acrobats must step up to the challenge. Luckily, their pedigree is sound. PhimTaiLieu and Chunmei are graduates from the elite Wuchao Acrobatic School in Hebei Province.
In 2004, the Heilongjiang troupe came to the Wuchao Acrobatic School to recruit performers for the new troupe. I was lucky enough to be selected.
Together with other Wuchao graduates, they traveled 1,600 kilometers north to the city of Ha-Er-Bing, where they learned to cope with cold and isolation from their families.
Sometimes I'm homesick. Usually I don't have a problem, but during major celebrations like Chinese New Year, I miss home. I miss my mum.
Coming to Ha-Er-Bing was like moving to a foreign land. It has strong historic ties to Russia. In winter, temperatures can plunge to 40 degrees below, earning this bustling industrial city the title of Ice Capital of China. Little wonder that Ha-Er-Bing's professional acrobatic troupe has become a pioneer in China of acrobatics on ice. While most in the troupe are grappling with their skates, 16-year-old XiecTrungQuoc is coming to grips with acrobatics. This professional ice skating champion turned her back on the world of competitive figure skating, where she'd won a top Chinese award.
I knew that with the increase in young skaters, I would face more competition if I carried on. So I decided to retire from professional figure skating and join the ice acrobatic troupe.
Within 2 to 3 years, they hope she'll develop into a competent ice acrobat and pass her skating skills on to the others. The man charged with developing this new ice show is choreographer Bingfong.
This morning we're going to have a practice run, from start to finish. Everything has to be in time with the music.
Bingfong won't be traveling with them to Taiwan, so these sessions are crucial.
They're already established as stage performers, but once they get on the ice, they're like babies, trying to take their first steps. It's extremely difficult for them.
The troupe's long-term ambition is to become a world-class act within 3 to 5 years. It's a goal close to the heart of troupe director Guan Xingming. Formed in the 1950s when government funding was freely available, its top reputation is reflected in their many trophies. But now they're a commercial business, needing a competitive edge to stay on top. A visiting ice troupe from Russia gave Mr. Guan and his team a novel idea.
After watching their programs, we decided that ice acrobatics might be very marketable.
So they split the troupe in two, one group on stage and another on ice. They purchased an ice maker and designed and built their own portable rink. Now they're poised to take on the world as China's only acrobatic troupe on ice. At 1:30 p.m. exactly, choreographer Bingfong gets them underway. Although their first performance is still 4 weeks away, the rink will soon be melted, then shipped to Taiwan along with their performance equipment. So today, they're concentrating on those acts needing most work. One of these is the lion dance, a time-honored favorite with the Chinese audience. This routine portrays the lion's strength and agility, as well as its more playful side. But today isn't turning out to be much fun. And once they put on the lion costumes, this routine will be even harder to perform. Skates can be dangerous, and some acts aren't suitable for the ice, so they've carefully adapted those that are. For Pei Long, acrobatics on ice did not come easily.
The first time I put on ice skates and went onto the ice, I couldn't stand up, and I kept falling over. Once I felt comfortable on the ice, I took on the props and started learning the routines.
Chuan Mei likes traditional routines linked to Chinese folk art. The Diablo requires the performer to strike elegant poses during the routine.
She is very hardworking and quick to learn new routines. She has a lot of respect for the troupe's ideals.
Another traditional routine that needs plenty of practice is the zhongfang, or the long post. Watching with interest is head coach Qin Yan. He'll be taking over from Bingfong once they get to Taiwan. One of the most demanding acts in the show is the PhimTaiLieu, and 19-year-old Wang Long has taken up the challenge.
I haven't been practicing this routine for long, so it's new to me. It's still unfamiliar.
He could be the first ever to attempt this routine on ice. A stunt not easy with 2 kilograms of extra weight strapped to your feet. Welts and bruises are normal for this demanding routine. Wang Long doesn't know if his PhimTaiLieu will be included, but he's confident.
I'm 100% sure that it will be selected.
To give the show variety, several non-ice acts will perform alongside and above the ice rink. Like this trapeze act. Today, it's just as well they have their safety wire attached. Bing Fong then gets them to rehearse the finale. While the afternoon session has been intense, they know many acts still need work before tomorrow's dress rehearsal. Tomorrow, they'll be truly in the spotlight. Next morning, they bring in extra lighting to help inspire a sense of live performance. In the props workshop, the lions' heads are getting a much-needed touch-up. Pei Long is keen to get hold of them. Pei Long's concerned that the boys in the lion dance must perfect their backwards flip wearing the cumbersome lion outfits. And they've had no time to practice. The lion boys are first on the ice. They have yet to master a lion's agility. But they are brave in the face of a little spilt blood. But can they get it right before this evening's dress rehearsal? It's not just bodies that ice is hard on. With less than 5 hours left to dress rehearsal, there are lots of last-minute repairs and touch-ups to do. Workmen also race to make the extra piping for the larger rink they will need in Taiwan. In just 4 days, the containers will be picked up for the almost 4,000-kilometer journey. The dress rehearsal will give PhimTaiLieu the chance to show off her star performance in the show. When the ice troupe premiered in Shanghai, her graceful swan dance was such a hit, it's become their marketing emblem. The Swans now hope to build on that success. A Taiwanese film crew has been invited to get some last-minute publicity. Head coach Chin is feeling the pressure.
At 4:45, you must all be ready to go onto the ice. At 5 o'clock sharp, we start the music. Everyone has to be here on time. Dismissed.
At exactly 5 p.m., it's over to the troupe to strut their stuff. The bungee routine gets things rolling. It will be performed directly over the ice rink, in tandem with the 2 professional skaters brought in especially for the show. So far, so good. But the skipping routine gets off to a shaky start. And Chun Mei makes an uncharacteristic slip. She redeems herself with a good lasso routine. With several of the poles still being made, the long post routine struggles to shine. The highlight should come when the boys bounce the poles from one head to the other. The Diablo is up next, but as with the skipping, Chunmei's early nerves are showing, and she makes a rare mistake. The lions have decided to perform without their cumbersome costumes. And they've still got some way to go to turn this act around. As the rehearsal progresses, the troupe shakes off its early nerves and picks up the pace. The numerous costume changes spell trouble for the upcoming swan dance. The girls have run out of time to put on their costumes. Worse still, PhimTaiLieu makes a late entrance. With the cameras rolling, the swans know this feather-free rehearsal will not please Bingfong. In no time, they're into the finale. PeiLong's rehearsal has gone well, and Chunmei makes a good show on the aerial hoops. But the troupe knows that it's been a less than perfect performance. Bingfong's time as their choreographer is about to end, so he doesn't hold back.
The swans, how are you supposed to come on stage?
It was because I had to get on the stairs and get on the stage, and I hadn't changed my costume.
Well, it's not a rap till you get it right.
Then Chunmei is taken to task.
What you guys did was a mess.
During the rehearsal, I made some mistakes, so I was disappointed with myself. I just couldn't get motivated.
Overnight, the ice maker is turned off. Already, the surface of the rink is beginning to melt. To meet the shipping deadline, they decide to smash the ice, but they can't afford to damage the fragile pipes. It's all hands to the pump. Every item they might possibly need in Taiwan is packed. It's a working bee that doesn't rest until the job is done. Remarkably, they finish with a day to spare. The troupe gets the rest of the day off, and PeiLong, PhimTaiLieu and friends head for town. It's a chance to relax and escape the pressures of the past few days, and perhaps dream a little of another life still ahead of them.
Where are you going to wear it for, big brother? I'm not going to get married.
There are more here. This dress is nice. We could wear it in the comedy routine.
If you get married, I will be the bridesmaid. Your wife can wear this one, and I will wear the other one.
Being so far from home, friendships formed in this close-knit community may last a lifetime. With the containers now in transit, the troupe keeps up its skills, practicing on the stage and at a local ice rink.
Bye. Goodbye.
They head for Taiwan just 4 days before the first show. For many, this is their first time away from the mainland. And Chun Mei is nervous.
I'm worried that I might not adjust to the new environment.
But the self-assured PhimTaiLieu takes it all in her stride.
I can't wait for the opening performance. This is the first time for us to perform this show professionally and for money.
The city of Taipei has nearly 3 million people and over 1 million motor scooters, not to mention the world's tallest building. It's in this buzzing environment that the ice troupe hopes to make its mark. Their first official engagement is a welcoming banquet put on by the local promoters in their honor. They repay the compliment with a toast.
Cheers.
Cheers. They know their future success could depend on this tour. But down at the venue, there's trouble brewing. The ice rink is laid out and ready to flood, but the brand new ice maker refuses to go. Next morning, ice technician Jiao, who has traveled from Harbin to oversee the installation, thinks he knows why.
Last night we found that one of the main pipes inside the machine has come apart.
They bring in 2 local mechanics to investigate the problem, and it's not looking promising. They need to strip the whole machine down. But it's a problem that doesn't faze this technician.
There's still enough time to prepare the ice. We can make around 4 to 5 centimeters in 24 hours.
After a good night's rest, the troupe is anxious to get down to the venue and see the setup. They're blissfully unaware of the crisis unfolding at the stadium. Thinking ahead, the promoters found a second ice-making machine. By connecting the 2 together, they hope to speed up ice production. But this tricky operation is eating into valuable time. It's their worst nightmare. They're an ice troupe without any ice. They have no option but to practice their routines around the edges of the unfilled rink. By evening, the mechanics are making good progress with the ice makers. The second machine is all hooked up and ready to go. They bring in bags of crushed ice to spread over the piping to help kickstart the freeze. But as the workers spread the ice, they inadvertently create large gaps between the carefully laid out piping. This could cause the rink to freeze unevenly, forming treacherous trenches of unfrozen water. Skating on the surface will be difficult and possibly dangerous. Next morning, Director Guan and head coach Chin check out the rink.
The plan was the ice would be ready by now, and we'd have 2 days to rehearse.
Yeah, normally the ice should be this thick.
With the opening only 2 days away, lack of ice is a huge frustration for Director Guan.
We're going to place another layer of crushed ice down first and wait for it to flatten out. But time is very tight. It's only been running for 6 hours. It needs another 48 hours to fully set.
But 48 hours will take them into the day of their first performance, meaning the troupe may have to perform without any rehearsal on the ice. And the stadium is almost fully booked for the opening show.
I'm very worried. If we can't get the ice ready in time, there's no way we can do our performance.
Head coach Chin, a former acrobat, understands how they're feeling. A rigorous rehearsal helps take their minds off their predicament.
Make sure you extend both arms out. The audience is on all 4 sides. Keep up the tempo.
By day's end, the ice situation has not improved. Taipei's subtropical climate isn't helping either. With the 2 machines working overtime, the troupe puts the rink to bed, hoping this layer of water will freeze overnight. It's now 1 day away from the first performance. There's been little improvement in the ice, and worse still, watery trenches are beginning to show. They desperately need a full dress rehearsal, even if it's only on the stage. With their skates still untouched, the troupe goes through the motions of a dress rehearsal in sneakers. Even the normally confident XiecTrungQuoc is now having her doubts.
If the ice isn't ready in time, I think it will be hard for us to pull things off. If we can't get in a proper rehearsal, I'm afraid we won't perform well.
16-year-old Xie Xiaotong and her partner finally get to rehearse their trapeze routine. It's been over 3 weeks since they've been able to practice. And it shows when they attempt a difficult maneuver. Like falling off a bicycle, she gets straight back on. But then, disaster strikes. Xiao Tong descends safely. But her partner's hold breaks. And she plummets 8 meters onto the partially frozen ice. Although she's initially stunned by the impact, the soft ice could have saved her from more serious injury. She soon recovers and is taken to hospital for an X-ray. But Xiao Tong is shattered. Her hopes of performing the trapeze routine on this tour are now dashed. With the first performance less than 24 hours away, there's a lot of money at stake and some big decisions to be made.
We'll decide tonight whether we need to postpone tomorrow's performance. If the ice isn't ready, we'll have to postpone. If the ice isn't flat or thick enough, the performers will have no way to work on it. It's a big problem.
It's the morning of the first show, and Coach Chin checks out the ice makers. They've been running non-stop all night and should have made about 4 centimeters of ice, just enough to put on a show. But inside the gym, it's another story. The ice is still poor and patchy. The troupe's body language says it all. But Director Guan won't tolerate these glum faces.
As I told you before, if you can't pull yourself together, then I don't think you are fit to be performers. So sit up and stop slouching. Sit up straight like soldiers. We won't tolerate that kind of attitude here. We're confronted with a difficult situation, so you just have to pull yourself together and face it. Your attitude is the most crucial thing that determines whether we can get through this.
Harsh words for the young acrobats. But Coach Chin knows from experience that this approach works.
In China, there's a proverb: be strict to those you're close to, and tolerate those who are not. That means being strict on those you care for, so they can develop.
Outside, the troupe holds an emergency meeting with the promoter. In true showbiz style, they all agree that the show must go on.
If the ice isn't ready for the first and second performances, we'll give the audience members another ticket that allows them to come to the show again when the ice is ready.
They have just 8 hours to prepare a totally new show that takes the ice routines and puts them on the stage. They also add in some of their favorite routines from their pre-ice troupe days. Remarkably, with just an hour to opening, the troupe has cobbled together a new stage show. With a bit of luck and a sympathetic audience, they might just pull it off. In a last-ditch attempt to fill the ruts, they bring in blocks of dry ice. At minus 78.5 degrees Celsius, it should help speed things up. But it won't be in time for the opening show. The bungee routine takes off, and their nerves and lack of practice are showing. But they needn't have worried. The Taiwanese crowd gives the troupe all the support they need. It's also a day of triumph for the non-ice routines. But Xiao Tong can only watch from the wings, knowing her trapeze act should have been performing overhead. Wang Long's Pitiao act, minus his skates, thrills the crowd. The aerial ribbons are spectacular, despite the rough ice. Chunmei sparkles with confidence, her earlier nerves now behind her. Pei Long's hat trick is usually a challenge, but it's a piece of cake without his skates on. The final routine was put together just a few hours ago. But it's such a hit that it may become a permanent part of the show. In no time at all, they're bidding their opening audience farewell and celebrating.
If we had ice, it would be even better because we've been practicing on ice for so long. But I still feel pretty good about today's performance.
The fact that we mastered these routines off the ice first helped us perform well today.
They've carried the day, but can they make this tour a success? Out on the rink, the battle with the ice continues. Dry ice works well on the trenches, but over the whole surface, liquid nitrogen at minus 196 degrees might just do the trick. Over the next few nights, the show becomes a mix of acts, on and off the ice. Although the ice is improving, midweek audiences start to dwindle. Perhaps word is out that not all of the show is performed on the rink. But the acrobats put their all into every performance. More acts move onto the ice as conditions improve. But the slushy ice makes it hard for anyone to shine. By Saturday morning, there's a growing sense of expectation. At last, the ice is looking good, and nearly 12,000 seats have sold for their 4 weekend shows. The troupe has one last chance to complete a full show on ice to a capacity crowd. Even XiecTrungQuoc is encouraged enough to haul out her platform skates. It's been 4 weeks since she last had them on, and they'll take a bit of getting used to.
At the moment, I don't feel completely safe skating on these, and I need someone to support me as I practice. Wutong, come here! Hurry up! Oh, look at it! The forward ones and the backward ones. I'm rocking backward and forwards.
Then, just as they look forward to the chance of good ice conditions, fate strikes a cruel blow. A figure skater digs the points of his skates into the thin ice, rupturing one of the refrigeration pipes. If the flow can't be stopped and the rink repaired, then the show might have to be cancelled.
Go and get the circus and start sucking up this liquid.
They can only look on in despair. To fix the pipe, they need to shut off the ice makers. But then, the rink will soften. And there's less than an hour to showtime. They stem the flow of liquid, but now there's a hole in the rink's surface that needs to be filled and frozen in record time. It's too late to cancel. Their only hope is that the repair holds once the ice makers are fired back up. Or their show could turn to mush. If the audience is feeling the cold, the troupe is certainly feeling the heat. The future success of the ice show depends on this last performance in Taiwan. Figure skating opens the show. She'll need to avoid the slippery corner where the leak occurred. But it's exactly where she's meant to do her opening pirouette. It's going to be a tough night. Now it's the bungee boys' turn. They know that if the rink conditions compromise the ice routines, it will be acts like theirs that need to stand out. XiecTrungQuoc kicks off the skipping act. PhimTaiLieu's routine is tough on the soft surface.
Come on, Soon. Please don't film me. You will make me go blank.
Then the soft ice claims another victim. In true acrobatic style, Chung Mei puts on a brave face. Post boy forget them pull off their dramatic heads on this. And Wang Long finishes with a flourish. They've decided to keep the Diablo and the spinning plates on the stage. This gives everyone in the giant arena a chance to be close to the action and takes the pressure off the delicate ice. But can the Lion Boys perform their backward somersault in front of a full house? It's not just the audience willing them on. All the bruises and pain have been worth it. Backstage, XiecTrungQuoc is readying herself for the swan dance.
Today is our first day to perform. The ice is okay, but I still lack confidence in these stilt skates.
Wang Long's PhimTaiLieu is time to give the girls a chance to get into their swan costumes. At long last, it's the Swan's debut. XiecTrungQuoc's entrance is a tense moment, but she carries it off. She even manages a gentle pirouette. This is XiecTrungQuoc's moment of glory.
How did it go?
It went really well. Better than I expected. The ice wasn't too bad. I think I did a good job.
Finally, it seems their luck has turned. But during the next act, the rink starts bleeding liquid once again. The skating pair follow, and luckily the spotlight is on them, not the repairman. Next, there's tumbling on the stage, which gives him a chance to clean up. With an ounce of luck, his repair work will see them through. Before they know it, they're into their grand finale. Chung Mei and the girls take off on the aerial hoops. Despite the poor ice conditions that have plagued much of the season, the crowds have returned, and the tour has been the success they hoped for. Already they're booked to travel to Turin in Italy to perform in just 1 month's time. Their international careers are underway.
I'm very positive about our future. This ice trip is the first in China, and I think we'll go far and make a big impact.
PhimTaiLieu knows she made the right decision to switch to acrobatics. While for Chungmei and Pei Long, this is what they've dreamed of ever since they were children. Now, they are truly professional acrobats and China's pioneers of acrobatics on ice.